Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, a national framework for governing sugar industry has to evolve, Minister Holder. Postal service to be modernized. 8 outstanding tourism operators awarded. University of Guyana commissions new registry building. And the government Christmas program spreads festive cheer to several villages and communities. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
As Guyanese citizens who live in Guyana, we have duties to perform for the benefit of our families, communities, and ourselves. Some of those duties are legal, like obeying the laws of Guyana, and others are voluntary, like keeping our surroundings clean or voting.
One legal duty that citizens have which contributes to the national budget is paying your taxes. But you can be of greater help to your country and government agencies by paying attention to how public services are being delivered and asking questions if you have any concerns. The budget is everyone's business. Get involved now.
A message from the Ministry of Finance.
And now for the details. Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder said today that the country's framework for governing the sugar industry has to become more in tune with reducing vulnerabilities and resolving institutional and legacy issues. Alexis Rodney reports.
In his address to the National Assembly today, Minister Holder said since taking office, government has supported the Sugar Corporation with some $32 billion, a $6.3 billion allocation in 2018, and another $2.3 billion estimated for 2019. And while a $12 billion capital investment will be required over the next 3 years to ensure that the sugar production targets are met, there has not been any positive impact of the financial state of Gaisuco. He said that the economy simply cannot afford this.
The corporation commenced the implementation of the plans for the sugar industry as set out in the state paper. The plans call for 3 estates, Albion, Blairmont, and Iflot, to continue with its canes and sugar operation. Skeldon will be divested, Rose Hall, Providence, and Elmore to be divested or diversified, and Wales the schedule for diversification.
According to Minister Holder, at Iflot, cane farmers will account for over 50% of the canes supplied to the factory, and every effort will be made to increase under this proportion.
With improvements in productivity, cane yields are expected to rise from the current level of 55 tons cane per hectare to 78.43 tons per hectare in 2018, a 41% increase.
Alexis Rodney for InfoHub.
The imperative of the government to have all Guyanese become proficient and be able to participate in the exciting future of ICT that lies ahead was highlighted when Minister of Public Telecommunication Cathy Hughes took to the floor in defense of Budget 2018 today. Gabriela Patram has the details.
The strides made towards ICT innovation are producing a new information communication technology industry that is setting up our young citizens to play active roles in their own lives and in the development of new and traditional and emerging industries.
Minister Hughes paid particular attention to the initiatives being rolled out to refurbish the physical environment and infuse the postal service system with modern technologies. Post
offices in Guyana, as many of us know, have been neglected for several decades. And I'm happy to say that as happens in other post offices throughout the world, we are transforming the postal services.
Further expounding, the minister said the objective is to create multifunctional post offices that will deliver postal and public services, enabled with internet connections and computers for public use. The post offices slated for major rehabilitation in 2018 are Buxton, Charlestown, and Sioux Lake in Region 4, Sisters Village in Region 6, and Danielstown in Region 2. The new buildings will have electronic security, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and friendly accommodations for the elderly and infirm. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
As more government ministers and members of parliament took to the floor, the transformative initiatives in Budget 2018 that will contribute to the betterment of the nation were outlined. Alexis Rodney joins us again with that report.
Minister within the Ministry of Communities with responsibility for housing, Valerie Adams Patterson Yearwood, says Budget 2018 has provided Guyanese with a workable plan that will see developments in the housing sector to thoroughly wipe out the illegal occupation of state lands across Guyana.
To combat this, we have decided on a menu of measures which are recommended, and I say recommended, by the community leaders themselves, resulting in a joint anti-squatting task force being formed.
In her defense of the $33.3 billion allocated to the health sector, Minister Cummings emphasized that it will result in improved efficiency in patient care and enhancement in all public health facilities.
Undoubtedly, Budget 2018 is the Guyanese people budget. It is a statement of hope and change. 2018 is a year of changing the climate in Guyana for public health.
Following the successes of several initiatives in 2017, the Ministry of Social Protection is making job creation a priority. Minister Keith Scott described the 2018 budget as a people-centered one which focuses on human development.
Job creation takes a premier position. The budget provides for the unleashing of these energies and the creativity of youth on whose shoulders the development of this nation rests. $72 million more has been given for this year's budget to enhance the development of this very program.
For his part, Region 10 Representative Aldwin Rutherford stated that Budget 2018 is masterfully crafted. Budget 2018, he said, provides the largest allocation for various projects to be undertaken in his region. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
44 youths are now certified to bring life-saving sexual and reproductive health information and services to the country's youth. This follows them completing the Ministry of Education HIV in-School Youth Educator program. At the presentation of certificates to the 44 youth educators at ENSER today, Deputy Chief Education Officer Acting Ingrid Trotman noted that the program aims to empower youth to prevent sexually transmitted infections, avoid unintended pregnancies, and develop the skills needed to find decent work.
Without the correct information, our youths will be put in danger simply because of ignorance. Only through the dissemination of the correct information at a young age will our youth have the chance to be the creators of an AIDS-free generation here in Guyana.
The HIV in School Youth Educator program was launched in 2012 by the Ministry of Education in collaboration with the US Peace Corps. It targeted grades 5 and 9 students in schools across Guyana. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Vibert Welch, said the ministry saw the need to expand the knowledge of vulnerable young people.
It is indeed progress for the Ministry of Education when we see young adults work together to fight against sexually transmitted diseases such as HIV and AIDS, and the issues related to gender-based violence. Our youth are among the most vulnerable group of people to be subjected to violence and HIV infections. Over the years, we saw the need for inculcating gender equitable attitudes in males and the empowerment of our young women.
As part of the certification ceremony, USAID's Principal Officer for Guyana, Mark Oviatt, handed over laptops, DVD drives, projectors, speakers, and CD players to youth educators. 8 exceptional individuals and entities awarded for their commitment to excellence in the local tourism industry at the 10th Tourism Award held last evening at the Pegasus Hotel. Those awarded were Gary Savory, Yupukari Village, Crystal Marketing Solutions, Karnambo Lodge, Visit Rupununi, Herdmanston Lodge, The Backyard Cafe, and Classic International Hotel and Suites. Addressing the awardees, President of the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, Andrea De Caries, spoke of the important role they play in the sustainable development of Guyana as a tourism destination.
Tonight is the night of recognition for best practices in sustainable tourism. We celebrate those who are our role models. We applaud the efforts of those who strive to do the best in their field, who open the doors for those standing in line to go through those doors.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Board of Directors for the Guyana Tourism Authority, Donald Sinclair, explained that the recent restructuring of the agency will bring further impetus to the development of the sector.
This is all driven by the recognition that tourism development is at a juncture where a national policy needs to be adopted that provides a strategic direction to the industry and where the responsibilities of the principal implementing agency, which is the GTA, need to be reviewed, revised, and rewritten.
Last evening award ceremony wrapped up the Tourism Awareness Month. The month's activities would have included school talks, a tourism sector fair, industry training programs, a scavenger hunt, the launch of Explore Guyana magazine, the South Rupununi Safari, and the first ever Bartica Safari. Registration to the issuance of transcript and everything between just got a little bit smoother for the students of the University of Guyana. This followed the opening of a brand new registry building at the Turkine campus. Seneca Thorne has more.
According to Vice Chancellor of the University of Guyana, Professor Ivla Griffith, the building aims to benefit the registry staff and students of the Turkine University.
Is it necessarily all that we want? No. But it is much better than what we have had, allowing us to enable the staff to be in a place of comfort and enabling us to have the students served in a place of comfort.
The $86.3 million three-story building is outfitted with several air conditioning systems and laptops that will enhance the services provided to over 8,000 students at the Turkine campus. The construction of the new registry was financed under the Ministry of Education's annual budget. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
Seneca joins us in our final report to tell us that the festive season has arrived and senior government officials have been traveling across the country spreading Christmas cheer to the children in various communities.
Over the past week, close to 1,000 children across the country benefited from toys and goodies as part of the government's Christmas program. The first to be feted were the children of Leg 1 by Minister of Social Protection, Amna Ali, and the Minister of State, Joseph Harmon. The festivity took place on December 1 at the Maryville Primary School.
We are launching our Christmas program, and we have chosen Leg 1 to launch our Christmas program, where we are going around giving cheers, Christmas cheers, to the children of Guyana.
Minister Ali and Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan then took the holiday cheer to 300 children in Paramakatoy Region 8 on December 2. Another 400 from communities comprising Arnaputa, Masara and Lethem in Region 9 were also featured. Other ministers of government have also been quietly traveling to various communities, listening to residents' concerns and challenges while distributing sports gear and other items and tokens to the youths. The Christmas program will be taken to other communities and villages across the country over the next 4 weeks. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
That's InfoHub for today, but before we go, we encourage you to pick up a copy of our budget bulletin from a newsstand nearest to you, or read a digital copy on our website, where you can also follow us for more news there and on social media. Goodbye.
Do you know what the national budget is?
The national budget is a public record of the government's financial plans. It identifies financial goals of the government and the amount of money needed to achieve those goals during a 12-month period.
The national budget also tells the story of how the country's resources are being used and whether our decision makers are securing a good future for all citizens. It also reveals what the government sees as priority.
As citizens, you may or may not agree with those priorities, but understanding what government's decisions and plans are for the year ahead will allow you to ask questions and hold the government accountable, as is your duty. The budget is everyone's business. Get involved now.
A message from the Ministry of Finance.